Darkness is destined to lift in the end. I still have much left to do.
Hello gamers. After more than a decade, Ninja Gaiden is officially back in full force. With the release of the Master Collection a few years ago, fans had reasons to celebrate, but now there's even more to get excited about. Team Ninja have confirmed that they are working with Platinum Games on the next title, Ninja Gaiden 4, while also dropping Ninja Gaiden 2 Black for current gen platforms. And that's what we're reviewing today. This isn't just another re-release, it's been extensively revamped using Unreal Engine 5, but is it the definitive way to experience Ninja Gaiden 2? Let's see. First of all, the visuals. Ninja Gaiden 2 Black delivers an extensive visual revamp, enhancing textures, foliage, lighting, and character models. The updated environments look stunning, and the cinematics are a treat, whether it's Ryu descending from a skyscraper spire, or Joe Hayabusa facing off against Genshin. While it's not a full-blown remake, the fidelity is up to modern standards, making the game feel fresh while preserving its original aesthetic. However, despite these improvements, the game does have some technical issues. I'll talk about those later, but now, the main draw here is obviously the combat, so let's talk about that. Ninja Gaiden has always been about high-speed, skill-based combat, and this version doesn't disappoint. Every weapon, from the Dragon Sword and the Falcon Talons to the Lunar Staff and the Vigoroon Flails, is a joy to use. Each is its own playstyle, whether it's sweeping multiple foes with the staff or using the claws for ferocious stabs. The combat remains deeply satisfying, with a variety of techniques like the Flying Swallow, where Ryu slices through multiple enemies in one fluid motion, or the Izuna Drop, which sees foes being smashed headfirst into the ground. Wall running remains integral, allowing you to chain different attacks while using the environment to your advantage. Ranged weapons like the Fiend's Bane Bow and Nimpo further expand your combat options. And of course, the over-the-top gore is back in full force. Watching Ryu decimate foes with impressive execution animations is as thrilling as ever, and the game never shies away from its signature blood-soaked spectacle. The game attempts to consolidate elements from the original Ninja Gaiden 2 and the divisive Sigma 2, with mixed results. While the enemy count is slightly higher than in Sigma 2, it still doesn't match the original's intensity. Some encounters feel jarring with enemies spawning awkwardly, and the increased enemy health can sometimes be frustrating, leading to extended battles that don't really feel rewarding. Another notable change is that Lives of the Thousand Gods pickups are immediately activated, instead of being stored, and charging bow attacks is still not possible, both quirks that were present in Sigma 2. Additionally, some of the extra boss fights from the Sigma version have been removed, while playable sections with Momiji, Ayane and Rachel remain. Whether you enjoy these segments or prefer an exclusive Ryu experience will depend on personal preference. Unfortunately, some features from the original are missing. Online co-op, Ninja Race, Test of Valor and Ninja Cinema are absent, though the tag mission mode remains, albeit limited to NPC companions. While weapon upgrades now use Essence, making progression more streamlined, there's also an overabundance of healing items and checkpoints, which slightly reduces the challenge. That said, later levels and bosses still demand precision and mastery, with higher difficulties offering a much greater test of skill. Now let's look back at performance. Some players have reported occasional texture popping, frame rate dips, and minor audio cutouts. The PC version in particular showcases mixed results when it comes to performance. Nvidia DLSS on quality generally runs well, but looked noticeably bad in places like Hayabusa Village, for example, due to the extensive foliage and greenery, which you could only fix by setting sharpness to 0. TSR also ran well, and the shader compilation is relatively quick after the first reboot, and there seemed to be a bug where TSR would not save as an option. An 8th gen Core i7 and 16 gigs of RAM and a GTX 1080 are the recommended specs for 1080p and 60 frames per second, with TSR on standard quality. On my machine, specs on the screen, the game ran pretty well on 1440p, though occasional frame rate dips were noticeable in larger environments. The lack of finer graphical settings, like individual textures or model quality adjustments, is kind of a missed opportunity, but also kind of expected. Nonetheless, for most players, performance will be stable enough to enjoy the high-speed action without major interruptions. So, is Ninja Gaiden 2 Black worth the $50 price tag? That depends. If you're a long-time fan of the series who enjoys revisiting these games, this might be the version you keep coming back to. The enhanced graphics, restored gore, and faithful gameplay makes it one of the best ways to play this classic on modern hardware. However, if you're new to the series, the Master Collection might be better value since it includes all 3 main games at a reasonable price. While this version of Ninja Gaiden 2 isn't perfect and doesn't fully escape the compromises introduced in Sigma 2, it still delivers one of the best action combat experiences you'll find. The fast-paced gameplay, brutal difficulty, and rewarding mechanics ensures that even after all these years, Team Ninja's classic remains a must-play for hack-and-slash fans. Whether you're a veteran looking for nostalgia or a newcomer eager to dive into the series, there's plenty to enjoy here. Now please let me know in the comments what you think about this game. And if you found this review helpful, please hit the like, sub, and ring the bell. Thank you for your time, and see you in the next video.
Follow the woman! You must retrieve the statue! Go! Now!